Hello and welcome to Lord of the Board. My name is Sam, and today we are going to be doing a different kind of video, one that I haven't really done before, where I'm going to be going over some recent purchases that I have made. Now, the one thing that I don't want you to get from this video is that I have all the money in the world and that I'm just going on these buying sprees. That is not the case. I was saving up. I ended up having a really personal achievement that happened and I got really excited. I wanted to buy some games. And now I just want to show you these games because I did a poll and it looked like the majority of you guys wanted to see what games I am buying. So I'm going to start off with the biggest box to the smallest box. So the first game that I purchased was Inish. This is by Matago Games. This is kind of an area control game that is known for being, it has a very heavy drafting mechanic in it. I'll tell you what, the reason why I originally got it was because a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, you love Root. Why haven't you tried Inish? And just from a read through of the rule book, I am already thinking that this is not anything like Root, but I do see that it is very much more a political war game as opposed to just a flat out war game. In fact, I would even go as far as to say this is mostly an economic and political game because the war seems so abstracted. And I'm very excited to play it. I still haven't played it, but I had to get it because here's the other thing. Theme and art style, this game really hits both of those buckets. I am a huge fan of traditional Celtic artwork. It's part of my heritage, as well as Brian Boru did this very well recently. And so this is an older game, but one that I just had to get, and I'm very excited to report after I have played it. So that is Inish. That's the first game I got. I'm gonna go ahead and just set it here. We'll build kind of a little pile here. The next game is also, it's actually heavier than Inish, but the box is smaller. And that is going to be Toku. Now, Toku is a Euro game. It is one of those games that when I looked at it and saw it for the first time, I was thinking, wow, this is absolutely gorgeous and it is huge. And I convinced myself that I had to get this game. Now, I'm a huge fan of Studio Ghibli films, like Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Castle in the Sky, Whisper of the Heart. I am a huge fan of all of these movies, and this game right here, it really gave me that artistic vibe. I feel like they're definitely inspired. This world was definitely inspired by the worlds that are created in those films. Totoro is another great one. Ponyo is another great one. I mean, there's just so many of them. I love them all. So I felt like I had to get this game, but it was taking me a long time to actually jump in, dive in, and get it, because it is a really heavy Euro game. That's usually right up my alley, but it's just that not often can I get, me and Kate to sit down for a heavy Euro game. I think that this one was going to get her with the theme. So she's really going to love the theme, as well as once she sees all the different puzzles, I think she'll really like it. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and cop this. And so, little bit more about the actual gameplay aspects of Toku. It is a dice placement game, and it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is, but I will say that there are so many different components, and every little thing scores something or does something. You just have to get really comfortable with the symbols, it seems. Have not played this game, like I said, but I am very excited to get it to the table. That is Toku. Oh, and that's by Devere Games. I think that's how you say it. There's actually another one by Devere Games because I have been wanting to buy another game by them. This one I actually saw being played at Dice Tower West. This is going to be Red Cathedral. Now, the reason why I wanted to get this game is because it is another Euro game, and I like games that are like small boxes but pack a big punch. When I saw this set up on the table at Dice Tower West, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this artwork is amazing, and I love the historical theme of it. And so when I was originally looking for this game, it was kind of hard to find, but I saw it there. I was like, okay, I've got to add this to the pile today. I got to treat myself. So I ended up getting Red Cathedral. It was also my friends Foster the Meeple. They actually got gifted this game over at Dice Tower West, and I was just incredibly jealous. And so I knew that I had to go and get it. Now, Devere Games, this is the same company that made Toku. This is another game that uses dice in a way where they're going to be on a rondel and you're going to be choosing a dice, and then whatever the value of that dice is, you're going to be moving it that many times clockwise around the game board. And I thought that was kind of an interesting aspect. And then you're going to be, activating the action as to where you land. There's ways to manipulate abilities that you can add to your player board that actually do special things when you're activating that color of dice as well. So I thought that would be really, really interesting. I am very excited to play Red Cathedral. I think it looks beautiful on the table, and I think it looks very fun. A little bit easier to play than, let's say, Toku, but still another good Euro game. And I've heard a lot of people say many positive things about it. And you know what I just realized is that there is one thing missing, I think, in this game haul here. And it's funny because I bought all these games at the same time, and I think I unintentionally grabbed almost a perfect kind of game night possibility where you've kind of got a medium weight Euro game. You've got one of the two kind of bigger games that you can set off kind of in the middle. But what we're missing here is a lighter kind of party game that we can get to the table. And what I ended up picking up was Jabbas Palace. This is a different adaptation of the board game Love Letter, where it is so incredibly simple, but it is very fun. And you know what? Here's the thing. It was the Star Wars theme that got me on this one. Love Letter, I am pretty okay with. I think it's a fun game, but it was Jabbas Palace that really got me to have to buy this. I am a huge Star Wars fan. So I think you'll see a theme that, no pun intended, but the theme of these games are kind of what made me originally want to buy them. Then I did research on those mechanics, found out to see if this would maybe be a good fit. So this one, I like the idea that there's different win conditions instead of just the one win condition of having the highest number in your hand. Because if you don't and have not played Love Letter, it is incredibly simple. You start with one card of a certain value, and then you're going to be drawing a card and you're playing one of the two cards in your hand. In the original Love Letter, it's all about just trying to have the highest number card at the end of the game. But there's actually different variants in this Jabbas Palace version that I'm really excited to explore and see how they operate. And there's also like Rebel Alliance characters and Evil Empire characters. So I'm just so excited to play this light game, and I think it's a perfect way to kind of top off this haul here, because in a perfect world, we might kind of start the game night with the Red Cathedral. It's kind of an easier teach. We're kind of thinking about it, we're playing that game, and then we could choose either Toku or Inish. We could play that as kind of like the main bulk of the meal, the entree, and then maybe a little light game for dessert, something a little easier to teach at the end. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little haul video. What games have you been buying recently? And also, have you purchased any of these 4 games? If you have, please drop down below what your thoughts on those games are. I would love to talk to you down there. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time.